Hello and welcome to Tally the Votes Australian Survivor Season Redemption. I am your host, Jamie, and here with me tonight is the returnee that I will always root for. Hi, Christy.
Hey, Jamie, it's ladies' night here at Tally the Votes. I'm feeling pretty funky. How about you?
Got a little drink hanging in there, doing what I can
Huh?
do.
Huh?
Now, sadly, David couldn't be here with us tonight as he has a very important matters to attend to, and we would like to share our condolences to his family and send them our very best. Now,
Absolutely.
on to a very busy week
Woo.
of
Merge
Australian
week.
shenanigans.
Mm.
Yeah, it's merge week, baby, and we are about to go a full blast into the game. It starts spinning like a top at this point forward.
The
Now,
boomerang's coming back around, baby.
I love like I normally it doesn't happen. I mean, like there's certain things that are similar to US Survivor and Australian Survivor and the all of that's the obvious stuff, right? But usually the seasons are so different from each other and it's like a constant running joke comparing one to the other. But this season there's so many things that just keep interweaving.
It's like a weird synchronicity. Like the universe is trying to tell us something or tell someone something.
They sure
Who
are.
knows?
They
50
sure are.
years? 50 years, you did a good
That's
job.
that's a
Good
good
job.
that's a good TV run. Just saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, we lost Faith last week. Not only in spirit, but actually lost her in the game.
We
And
lost her.
her bed's up for grabs. So Richard is all over that. And immediately, I'm calling dibs on the bed. And the Baron tribe is left shocked at her absence. Mark has to spill that she was too honest, and it sent her packing out of the game. Now, this is one of the
Too
many
honest.
times, yeah, too honest. This is one of the many times in the last like 2 or 3 episodes leading up to losing Mark where I went, ooh,
Yeah.
maybe don't say
Yeah.
that with so much joy to other people. Like,
Or I don't know. I know David has a habit of like calling people and calling them out and asking this or that question. But it's okay if you sometimes say you don't know. You could say you don't know.
I
Don't let
don't know. I
everybody
don't
know that you are like, yeah, so
don't let them
good.
know that you are as good as
Stop
you
it.
are.
Stop being so awesome. Stop it.
Just stop that, Mark. Now, this is a reward challenge, and it's a big deal because they are playing for a vehicle. It's the car challenge, and this
Ooh,
year it is a Scorpio. They always have cars that we can't have here in the
it
US.
was a marimba.
Yeah, and
Isn't that what the name of it was or
it
something?
was kind of cool. It looked sort of like a mix of like an SUV and like I don't know, like I don't know, it looked kind of fun.
Well, we don't have it was what's the maker of that? A Scorpio, you said?
Yeah, it's a Scorpio.
Okay, so we don't have that maker here. But for ones that we do have that are international branded cars, they do have different names and different things. Because I was in South America once in a Nissan Sentra, not a Sentra, same as
Wh-
that car. You know what they
What
call it?
was it? What?
It's the Nissan Sunny.
Oh my god, it's worse actually.
And it's like why they couldn't understand. Some Sentra doesn't really mean anything. It just sounds like it does.
It's
You could
just a
just use
sound.
it, but it must not have gone well in Spanish. I don't know.
They didn't
Anyway,
love
so
it. They
sometimes
didn't
when
love
they
it.
are cars, sometimes they are a one we could get here. Just saying, just
Just
differently.
just a different name. Well, in order to get this car anywhere, they're going to have to balance on a barrel. And Sally wins it, which is pretty good considering that her current car is broke down. So,
No,
good on
everybody
her.
had a broke down car. Everybody.
Yeah, right.
Like everybody had
Okay,
a car sitting in
sure,
their
Richard.
driveway that
Sure.
wasn't starting. Didn't you think that was a little ridiculous? Like all of a sudden, like half the
I would
people
have been
don't
like,
have
but
cars. You're like,
but how many of you have cars sitting in your driveway that actually have a driver? Like,
right.
like
And also, maybe those guys, like after they got back to Australia, if they any of them live in the same city, like maybe they're carpooling now or something, because a lot of them had car troubles.
living in the car trouble land. Well, it's like there's a lot of people that are from like, like I don't want to say country folk, but like farmers and more rural.
Bisbane.
Yeah, it's not like, it's not like
Um,
everybody's dropped from downtown Sydney up in,
Adelaide. Yeah, they're
so
like more like maybe more our Midwestern sensibilities,
I
maybe.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, well, Sally gets the car. But that's not all because they have to drop their buffs. It's merge and they get to feast. Um,
Mm.
Not a whole lot happens at the feast. There is a renaming of the tribe to Tugiola. And there was a shot with Caleb biting the face off of a suckling pig that was a little disturbing. It's
But
lived in my head for
to
24
be fair though,
hours.
he looks so thin that like he needs some food,
Emaciated.
right? Compared to how we started. I mean, I know we see people lose weight, but he looks like really like he
He's
needs
got
to
some
eat
sunken
something.
cheeks in
Anyway,
that one.
so eat that pig's face, I guess.
Do what you gotta do, Caleb, in order to reign your chaos. So while Richard is feeling pretty good about his place in the game, having made no enemies, Lottie is feeling a little bit nervous. She's made a few moves. It's grabbed some negative attention. She needs the numbers right now, and she plans on these numbers being in Sally or Mark. Mark and Brooke reconfirmed that they are still solid. And with Simon, that makes 3. And that they have a plan that the returnees are going to stick together. Keeley is busy managing Richard and Simon, and she lets Simon know that Lottie is smart and a keen observer and warns him that she could be a problem. We've all been trying to warn him.
Hey, listen,
Lottie
like,
look out for Lottie.
Like recognize like, right? And who's going to strike
Mhm.
first? And it looks like Keely's like, might be time.
Might be
Oops.
time. So, and good on you know what? Keely is like, she's grown on me so much.
Yeah, same.
She's sort of the surprise one for me where I'm like, I think there's a little part of me that's like really kind of rooting for her. Like
It's like
she's
when they got back to camp and Mark was like, here it was, the 3 returnees, and she was like their 4th, and he didn't know
yeah.
how she'd gotten there, but she'd gotten there.
Yep.
That she's hanging out with, the vets.
Yeah, and the fact that she had kind of been going like against Mark for a good 2 weeks in this game, and they're still working so close together. She still
That's
has
why
the tabs.
That's why I thought it was weird that because yeah, she just played the game better than Faith did, right? They were both like they were on the same page.
Absolutely.
And since he just took Faith out, like Keely really has to be like on him. Do you know what I mean? And just be like, yes, Mark, yeah.
But I think
But
Keely
she's pretty
has
good.
Keely has like she's a little more like suede. You know what I mean? Like she's a little
Mhm.
softer. She's a little bit more malleable.
Mhm.
Faith was very like she was very rigid in how she got along with Mark,
Mhm.
but she couldn't like anytime there was an opportunity to kind of caress his ego to make it further, she just couldn't bring herself to do it. She just couldn't do it.
You know what though? Good on her. Good on
Hey,
her.
she is
But
true to
but yeah,
herself.
Keely's able to do it. Keely's like, oh yeah, make him feel important. I can do that.
Exactly. Now, speaking of feeling important, we're going to go into one of many immunity challenges that got a little perverse under the words of David. It finally happened. We've been waiting. And once he decided, well, I liked that. That was funny. He just kept going. So this immunity challenge is called pole management, where we get our first innuendo from David as he reckons that the big boys have big poles. But as Simon says, it's our burden to bear. It's our burden to bear. And the cards couldn't have called it better. Brooke, again, wins an individual immunity challenge. No surprise there.
I mean, it was what? Did they say 25% of their
yeah.
What was okay, is what it weighed of their own body weight? And she's
teeny
lean
tiny
and tiny. You know what I mean? But
and muscles. What she has is muscle.
So it's like I don't think she has any problem holding up 25% of her weight all day long.
No, she's just gotta just sit there and wait it out. Basically, like, can you handle boredom?
As
Because you
long as
might
that
get
rope
bored.
doesn't slip from your hand, you know?
Now, I
Um,
will say, like, there was some parts of this where I would have been, like, freaking out, and maybe it would have actually made me do better, but I'm like, when they get to the end of the rope and they don't have the knot anymore, and I'm
yeah.
just thinking about how that rope's sliding out of their hands and burning them on the way
Mhm,
out.
mhm, mhm,
Yeah, no, I either
mhm.
would be, like, clenched onto that thing with so much fear that it would
No,
never leave my
I think
hands.
in that moment, your brain has to go somewhere else, you
I
know?
just
Wasn't Caleb over there chanting to himself at one point?
yeah, Caleb has found some interesting ways to get through the hard times, but I kind of
The
love
mental
that.
challenge. Yeah.
Does what he can do. Well, Brooks got this one. And the Beauty and the Beast get together. They have a little convo. They feel that it could be time to cut Blanche or Caleb. Laws, as I called it, as I knew it was going to be, is the first to betray the B&B alliance and tells Lottie the plan. Now, Lottie believes that she has the majority in the newbies, and so she tries to rally against the returnees and weaken them by pulling Jackson. Plans are made to strike back, but Caleb's not included. And that's not the first time that's happened. But as
Mm-mm.
Keeley has already warned the dangers of Lottie, it does not go in her favor, and she is sent home on a 7-3-1 split. Lottie,
Yeah.
such a good observer, smart. She just didn't have the like I don't know. I don't want to say social depth, but it's just there wasn't something there that made people connect to her.
I just think that the things that needed to be in place for her that she thought were in place for her were
Just
not
weren't. Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Um,
People just weren't as like stuck with her as she thought they might be.
mhm.
And I mean, kudos to her. I think she played a really good game. I felt like she was going to be pretty decent at this. I had her in my top 3. Um, am I sad to see her go? I'm only really sad to see her go because one of my numbers is gone.
Right. Other than
But
that, like,
overall, no, you played a good game. You did what you could do. And I don't think there was anything shameful about her exit. It does suck having to be the first one out at merge, though.
yeah,
Lame,
it does.
lame.
Well, especially because I have always felt like once you merge, anyone voted out should be on jury. You made it that
I agree.
far. You
Yeah.
clearly understand the game. You clearly have a handle of the people, right? Or some of
Mhm.
the people. You've seen that
And what it
beginning
took
part
to
game.
get to merge.
So why shouldn't you then get to be jury? Have a really big jury. Who cares?
Yeah, I think I would
Uh,
prefer that too, actually.
Yeah.
Uh,
But
now,
this like in between where you're like you make it to the merge, but then you get still sent home. I don't like that.
no, it might be like it might be a thing where I mean it's okay. It's not as bad as like in US where they started doing the mergatory. I really, really hate that. Like if you make merge, you should just
Yeah,
be at merge.
that's also I'm not a fan of that either.
No, but yeah, I think jury would be
Mergatory's
okay
not
to start
good.
there. No.
You know, I don't mind
No.
someone being voted out, getting a second chance and win their way back in, but I don't like the mergatory. That you have to
No.
win your way
Mm-mm.
into merge. No.
Well, you know what? Lottie didn't have to win her way in, but everybody else won their way of her out.
Yeah.
Like they got what they wanted. They did. And it
And they're not
wasn't like
upset,
a
but Caleb was oof.
and it wasn't like a close vote.
Mm-mm.
So that's I think the hardest thing is like she really believed she had the numbers to make a move against the returnees, and the vote was not even
She
close.
had like nobody.
No one. It was tough.
I
It was
mean, they
tough.
did a good job editing it to make it look like it was going to be closer than it
Yes.
was. But
So
oops,
the real MVPs are the editors as per usual.
always they're in control here.
They got the story they want to tell, and we are gonna have to listen to it.
Yup.
We'll just believe it. Now, going into the second episode, Caleb being left out of that vote, is feeling pretty tired of being left in the dark. And some interesting dynamics start to unfold here. Mark tries to explain that it's because of Caleb's relationship with Blanche
Mhm.
that's making him be left out because they don't trust her. Caleb openly accepts the explanation, but he does not like it.
But I
You
feel
always see like one player that's right, like, like no one ever lets me in on the plan. They
right,
just
right. Well, and he's probably one of the younger men on the playing, right? So he kind of maybe has big shoes to fill or tries to, but he does a really good thing that I didn't think he'd be able to do is that he kind of like puts the mask on. Like I just don't want to be left out. I don't no, I don't care about her. I just don't want to be left out of the thing. I want
right.
you guys to tell me. Instead of like being angry about it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I mean, because he definitely could be. And it's funny because I often wonder, like, why is he always left out on so many things? Well, for one, it's because he's always a second option. There's
He
always this,
is.
is it Caleb? Should we get rid
And
of
but
Caleb?
why is he always the second option? It's because he's so unpredictable. I feel like
Yes.
everyone they just don't know. Can I trust him still? Can I trust him? Can I not trust him? Because he really does play this game just for himself. One
Yeah.
more one more
And
tribal, one more tribal.
and that's great, but it's also really a dangerous game to play when you
Yeah.
are so like, and you see him when he's sitting and he's chatty. We've seen a couple scenes where they're like, oh my God, this kid, and I think he's
Mhm.
just not taken to a certain level of serious.
Mhm.
And he's not one of the big boys, so it's not like he can really like lean in on those guys either. He's not that. And you know what, Christy? That's probably why you and I are like, I kind of like this Caleb kid because he's the kid that
Probably.
he's the guy that doesn't quite fit as this crowd, but he also doesn't quite fit
Eh,
as this crowd.
and he's like a little cheeky. I kind of like that always.
Mhm.
So,
Oh
um,
yeah, he's
but I mean,
definitely.
in this trilogy of episodes this week, like he starts out not knowing what's going to happen
I know
to
we're
kind of
starting to.
having, yeah, he's
Yeah,
kind of gets his own little redemption, whether he realizes it or
his
not, right?
his game is building for
He
sure. Like
just he just has to be careful that he's not always in the middle being the swing vote because eventually,
yes. Now, one of the things that I feel like is really important to talk about is how many times we hear, well, maybe we should cut Caleb to weaken Mark. So
Mhm.
many times we have heard that story. And it's interesting to me
So
that
wait, so does that then illustrate that they're all afraid that he really is loyal to Mark?
that's right.
Right?
It's like they all really believe, no, that's got to be his
That
number
Mark's this
one. That's his
person.
number one. It's this person. But
I don't
meanwhile,
think so.
they are all like, we can't, this kid's giving Mark power. But then there's Mark who's like just now starting to trust Caleb. It's a very interesting,
Yeah,
weird
exactly.
dynamic that's happening around
He want
Caleb of
but I think
everyone.
Mark presented it that like, "Oh, I have Caleb. I can control Caleb." So everyone just believed Mark, right? And then Caleb is always running and talking to Mark, so everyone just it's like this perception, right? That's not really
Well,
true
and
because they don't trust each other, really.
I think the worst perception of all of it is from Mark's perspective, because I think Mark's biggest flaw in his game is because he's so good at this game, but I think his biggest flaw is that he truly does believe that he's controlling people.
Yes, he's totally underestimating these people because they're just going, "Okay."
Mhm.
Or or they give an objection, but he overcomes it so quickly that then they're like, so
You're
he
not
always
it's
thinks
like
that they're with him. I am controlling them.
yeah, you can control a move. You can somewhat control the vote, but as far as a person goes, you can only convince a person. You
Correct.
you
Yeah.
can't control them in this game. So there's too many variables, like this, like the challenges itself, just having the physical challenges, like that, you have no control there over another
Mhm.
person. So speaking of challenges, uh this one that they get to do is called Raise Your Own Boy. So let's just have fun with the fact that it's a buoy and not a boy, but
Right.
David it's a boy. That's just a boy. So shouldn't have
I'm
done that.
sure I'm sure there's a nuance there for the Australian ear that they can hear the difference between those 2 words, but it did really sound
But we
exactly the same
can't hear it.
for
Yeah, we can't
us.
hear it. So they're going to take their boy and they're going to untangle him and they're going to unnet him and then they're going to land him.
They got to unstring it.
They got to do all of the things with their boy. And Team Green wins stage 1. Team Green
Like,
is Ben, Keely, Luz,
easily.
Simon, Jackson, Caleb. Who wouldn't have seen that come in? Now they have to build a ramp and then they have to roll the ball up the ramp and land it. And Simon wins by like a millimeter. A millimeter. That ball wasn't going to come back down. You can't write that kind of suspense, Christy.
No. No, he did a great job.
That was an moment.
I'm not going to say that I wasn't unhappy. I was very happy. I mean, yeah, go Simon. I'm a little worried about Simon. He's like walking that razor's edge.
He's walking the Simon line for sure. So after Simon wins immunity, Mark starts to refocus on Blanche. But what he should have been focusing on was Ben, because Ben has decided that he is ready to hunt returnees, and he starts pulling in numbers.
Simon, I mean, somebody braided his hair and he got like
he's
real.
He's like, I'm in it.
Up.
I'm in the game now.
They pulled it really tight or something, but when they were combing it. But he is woke up now and he's playing.
He can see what's happening.
That's what he can see. That's probably
it. Makes a big difference.
Absolutely.
So he talks to Simon, and I mean, Simon's kind of like considering what he has to say. And then he goes and talks to Brooke, Simon does. And then she lets Mark know because she's not keen to cut him yet. And she knows that Mark has an idol. And maybe if she lets him know, he might use it. And that's a win-win. Mark's still in the game, and it would flush his idol out.
Flushes his, and she said, I want that idol flushed.
Yes, excellent. And you know what? Miss Brooke, this is why I love you. Because every single stinking person in this game is like, we got to get Caleb out to weaken Mark. They're not going to go after Mark. We just need to weaken Mark. We need to weaken Mark. And here she is all like, yeah, you might need to use that. You know, she's like, it's dangerous out there for you.
Yeah.
And she knows like, this is such a win for me. Like, yeah, I'm going to keep you here. But like, Brooke is one of the few people in the game that Mark doesn't recognize. He's definitely not controlling.
Right. But I thought it was also really great how she and Simon were both like, we have to keep Mark here. He's clearly a bigger target, only because he's scarier. He's like, you know, they know what Simon and Brooke are going to do. They're going to win.
Simon,
they're going to win those immunity challenges.
Yes, they're not afraid of that. You know,
whatever, right? Who cares? But like Mark,
who knows
like
what he's
always shifting and making people move to his side and trying to control them. And even when he wants people to think that they're doing their own thing, he still can't help but tell them what they need to do. Yes. It's Mark.
That's exactly.
He can't help it. He can't
100%. So we go into tribal, and this is probably one of the hottest tribals we've had all season. Brooke again tells Mark, hey, Ben's targeting you. Like she tries to sneak that in again. But then this is where I'm like, what? This is the Simon of it all. You know, the Simon of it. Simon hands him the fake idol package, right? Mm-hmm. And then we get that great shot where like Mark takes it and then looks over at Ben and smiles, and then he tucks it into his jacket. It's so good. It was so good.
It was like the Bond villain.
I loved it. And then the word starts to spread through tribal. I think Mark has an idol. Mark has an idol. Oh my God, did you hear Mark has an idol? Y'all, he was literally just sitting here going nana nana boo boo at Ben. Yes, he has an idol.
I really thought we might see such a kind of a, not to give a shout out or call it that move, but move of another player across the pond that would just wear the idol and never use it, but just the threat of that they could. Yep. So I really kind of expected him to wear his own idol into tribal that night, but he didn't. And then he.
I mean, but then what the hey? Big in his britches, what the hey? You know, so like
you're handed it. Why not?
once word's out that Mark has the idol, like then Tribal goes live, and then they're like chit chatting and going cross talking and moving,
Oh my gosh. Like, no respect for David. They just get up, they walk around, like, yeah, I'll talk to you for a second.
they're like, hold on, David, there's another thing happening here. So they're all like chit chatting, trying to figure out what they want to do. But the thing is like Mark is just sitting there really, really calm and pretty chill. In fact, all the returnees are just kind of like cool as a cucumber, like
But
they're,
clearly to everyone else, clearly united. I feel like this was the moment where everyone was like, oh yeah, they're for sure united if they didn't know it
mm-hmm,
already. Because
yeah,
it was like, do you know what I mean? The way
yep,
they were looking and making eye contact, and it's like, why are they all looking at each other?
yeah. And then Keely just says to everybody, think about those that you've built a relationship with. And that was really smart because that was kind of her flag over to her returnee group that, like, hey, I'm still here and I'm loyal and I'm with you. Because quite honestly, everyone that Keely was working with is gone. That's not a
Right.
returnee. Like, there's nobody else. So it's pretty clear who she's going to stick with. Um,
She's
so
gotta
then
she's gonna ride that train now. Sorry.
it's just the smart thing to do. Now, the returnees kind of chit chat, so should we just move the votes to Richard? And they agree.
Well,
And
that was like something that like Mark just pulls out and just
yeah,
says, should we do Richard? What do you think?
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
almost like the like calmness, like the coldness that he was able to just go. It could have been at that point anyone. They were gonna go against someone,
I
but
mean,
then
there
he was
was
like,
like a bunch
but
of people he never really worked with. He could have said their
right.
names.
But he's like Richard's talking and he doesn't really like Richard's answer and he just decides in his mind this was all Richard's doing. Richard's the one. So should we just do Richard? Let's do it. He's talking and he's making me angry. Let's just do Richard.
Let's just get rid of him. And I love
Right?
like
Isn't that what it
the
felt like?
response is like, yeah, sure, sure,
Yeah, right. They don't care. They're
sure, yeah, that works, whatever.
but remember, was it how many episodes was it that ago that Simon was like, take care of Richard?
Yes.
And
But I
now,
mean,
Richard, you're dead to me.
now, Richard, you mean nothing. You mean nothing now that I'm here and have to live with you. It turns out I don't
Now,
like you as much.
now that I have Mark, I
No,
don't
there were
need you.
roommates. I can't stand the way you brush your teeth, bro. You gotta go.
Talking in your sleep.
Yeah, not a great roommate,
Don't
apparently.
like it. Snores
What
too
he
loud.
gets, that's what he gets for stealing Faith's bed, apparently. So, okay. So they move their votes to Richard. And then Mark gets up, when David says, if you have an idol, now's the time to play it. Mark, this is where I'm just, oh, Simon, honey. He gets up and he takes the fake idol package and hands it to Simon. And Simon goes, it's a bluff. It was a bluff. Okay, bro, but why did you say that in front of everybody? Like right now, who are you convincing? The group? Are you convincing Mark? Are you scared that you're going to be a target now? Like, what is happening? It was a
I
bluff.
don't know that
This
they
is a
do.
bluff.
But do you think? Do you think that everyone clocked that?
It was loud.
I
They
know,
had
but
to.
we know what he meant by that. But do
I
you
mean, he
think that the
handed
other
it back
people
to
thought
him.
it had to be because he was handing it back that he had bluffed them
I don't know.
already? That was the
I don't
bluff?
know.
What they had
Maybe
just done was the bluff? I don't know.
was the bluff the whole time?
But literally no one comments on it.
It was weird. It felt like really weird. It felt so Simony that I was just like, no, bro, hush.
Trip
Just
over your
hush.
own feet.
Why do you do it? Why do you do it? So then Mark's like, no worries. I brought one of my own. And
Yeah.
you know what? It's a
Turns
good
out.
thing. It's a good thing
Okay,
he played
in that
it.
moment though, I was very afraid for a split second there that he was not going to play his idol, because he had the one that he thought was Simon's and maybe like I was afraid he was going to open that up and try to use Simon's or open it up and expose it before
Yeah,
handing
it
it
could
back
have
to
gone
Simon.
awry.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that could have happened in that moment, but so yeah, he uses his idol.
He's probably
Brooke
Simon
gets her way.
Simon didn't give me an idol. I'm not stupid. Like Simon.
I mean, it's
This isn't
Simon.
This isn't a real idol, Simon.
So
Wasn't
yeah,
another
so
moment where George is watching back home and King George says, "Oh,
oh,
Simon."
Simon.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it might
fantastic.
have been. It might have been.
Um,
But I mean, he was going to have
so yeah,
7 votes, like 7 votes against
yes,
him.
yeah. Because
Like Lottie.
even though they start, he's got an idol, he's got an idol, he's got an idol, he's got an idol. None of them, they don't go to have a plan B. They just like, we're still gonna vote for him.
Yeah, this group
It,
loves to dump the numbers on one person. They don't split. But here's where it gets interesting because Mr. Caleb steps in and he is the one no dump vote because he votes for Brooke.
but do
You're
they
not
know
gonna
that?
tell you're not gonna tell
Not,
Caleb what to do.
don't tell me what to do. I just
Do
want
what I
to
want.
want Pepsi. Gosh.
It's all those
But
years truck
do
driving, I
you
guess.
right? Do you think that they knew that that Brooke vote was him?
Oh, I'm sure that they did afterwards. There's no way he didn't go, oh yeah, that was me, blah, 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 blah. I'm sure of it.
So Brooke totally, I mean, she was the MVP of this. I mean, quietly, because she was able to get Mark's title
But
flipped.
something to think about is that every single time there's an immunity challenge that Brooke wins, Caleb is right behind her.
Yeah.
If she goes, he gets an immunity. And he
Yeah.
needs to have an immunity, like at least one challenge under his belt to have any sort of cred for a jury.
Yeah, I don't know what the next episode. I mean, he's kind of in trouble. I'm kind of nervous for him.
He's getting a little
Um,
dangerous.
but yeah, he's starting to maybe lose a little control, but we'll see.
Well, we have not lost any control of this podcast because we are sitting at the 32-minute mark, which means it is time for a 5-second break for commercial. We will be right back. Okay, so that wasn't so bad. Nice
Just
little
like, you know,
breath.
palate cleanser.
Splash of cold water. So
Yeah.
now we're
So
gonna
bye, Rich. Because
bye, buddy.
there can only be one person who wears a jacket,
You
right? A
can't.
sport coat. How did you? Oh,
I love that.
another businessman. There's only room for one.
It was so fantastic on US Survivor, the podcast I do for US Survivor. Colleen had asked about Devon's, like, who wears a suit to tribal? And I'm like,
And
well,
you're
in
like,
Australia, a lot of them.
A lot of people actually.
There's more than one suit at a tribal this year for sure.
But I feel like the production tries to trick them. They don't ever know they're going to be at the island until they're already on the island. Do you know what I mean? I think some people get tricked.
Yeah, they're like,
They think
it's
they're
just
going
a
for
photo op.
right. They're going for photo shoots or doing something more interviews or something, and all of a sudden, ha! But because we've seen them before with like dresses and stuff at the beach. What is that about? That's mean.
Yeah. Yes. Now,
Anyway.
rolling into episode 3, the returnees are feeling pretty amused with themselves, but they do seem to be just a little bit rattled. Ben is frustrated. He is so frustrated, in fact, that he starts using an American accent. Did you catch that? Throughout the whole episode, he went like full-blown like Rick Grimes or something.
Yeah, he was like channeling his, I don't know, inner Banff. I don't know.
He literally said burger. Like, well, hold the phone. Did you hit all of
Wait,
the
he didn't
R's
say
there?
like he was from Minnesota.
Burger. Not burger, like burger.
Very hardly enunciated. Yeah.
He was letting us have it.
Because
no man.
Well, he's upset because this was the first time that he thought he was like, right? We figured it out.
He was duping
Figured it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Turns out, then you're about to have another couple bad days.
Now we know Mark doesn't have an idol, and he's feeling, Ben's feeling like he's got a little power. He's getting a little jetsy about it. And he plans on using that power to turn the returnees against each other. It's a solid plan. It always works. Almost.
Always.
You know, you just gotta get a little paranoia in the group, you know, find the cracks, as it were. He and Jackson tell Mark, hey, buddy, there's a one space available for a returnee. Like, dude, this isn't a plane ride.
Funny thing is that they go to him and say this as if they're like really the two top dogs. You know what I mean?
The
Like,
geniuses of the
listen,
group.
no. We are running things here. We're willing to bring one of you guys with us. You don't have to be the one we're gonna cut, okay? Like with the you know what I mean? The
You
amount
play
of
your cards right, and there might be a seat for you.
the amount of like white male privilege that they were showing at Simon. Like they were so confident.
There
So
was so
confident.
much of it. Yeah. Yeah. And it's
And
fantastic
Simon
because
just gives that smile that's very, oh,
okay.
oh, shucks.
Okay.
Okay.
And Mark is like dying. And I love that he says that he is vomiting with rage on the inside. Vomiting, but on the outside, he's playing it cool. He's being appreciative.
Mm.
You know, all right, okay, yeah, that's great because I really like you guys.
Yeah.
Sure. Dang, I mean, yeah, you've marked it correctly.
This was the morning that when I was watching the show at the beginning of episode 3, I was like, man, this is amazing that these 3 are still here. What day are we on? Like, are we with day 30 or something? Are we getting close to? I saw 25 in like the second or third, second. Oh no,
Yeah, I didn't
first
write
or
down
second
this
episode.
day.
And I'm like, how is it? I would not have guessed that there would still be with Harry going so fast. I did not think there would still be 3 at this point.
All of the big boys are left. All of them.
Yeah. Anyway, just that was my thought at when they got that morning. Wow,
Yeah.
crazy.
You know, Mark starts talking about how he appreciates Caleb, or how his appreciation has grown for Caleb. And while that's happening, Caleb's patience in Mark is diminishing. And he, like I said, sick and tired of always being told what to do, being left out of important moves. And
doesn't it start to be a little of an insult when the person's actions and the words are like trying to like smooth you over, but then their actions keep like screwing you over?
You bet.
At some
And
point,
he
you're
brings
just like,
that up.
dude.
He brings that up later when he says that the truth comes out in the votes, not the mouth.
Right.
And he's absolutely right. He's seeing it. It's not that he's left out of one thing. It's that he's continuously left out. And he knows, like, I don't really have this firm place, but I'm being used, and I'm not okay with just being used.
Right. He's just not that into you.
Yeah.
You know?
So he wants to he wants to throw a little bit of chaos in there. So the challenge rolls around, and I mean, shocker, it's a sandbag relay race. Whoever would have thought?
Wow. You don't say.
And they had to build this sandbag stack and then go up a pole and then get a key.
And I'm going to say those keys were on there, like, or the sticky thing, the sticks up on top of the pole. Like, what was that about? Why were they on there so, like...
They were, like, tied in.
It was like, you know what it reminded me of? Is like sometimes you open things, you're trying to open your kids' toys, and you're like, you just want to get them out of the box, but they've got like 50 things, and now you got to get a screwdriver out because apparently now there are plastic screws holding the thing into the...
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We've upped our game. Those keys are going nowhere.
Right. Like they couldn't just like reach up there and like smack them off. That should have been enough, right? No.
And Caleb had to climb it like a koala bear.
And nearly killed Blanche.
That's number one.
The one no one trusts. She almost got skewered with a piece of bamboo.
Knocked her in the head.
She's a doctor. It'll be fine.
We did get to hear David say, Simon knows how to work a pole. Yes, he does. He does. And you know what else he does? He's really good at tying sticks together and getting keys and slingshotting because he just goes bing, bang, boom. And it's a clean sweep.
For him, it was like, yeah, I've done this before. I mean,
I know what I'm doing. No big deal.
Somebody said it for the first time I'd heard this. Now we've seen something like putting this stick thing together
Yeah.
so many times on Survivor, like every iteration of Survivor. The thing that they said, what it has to go over, under, does it mean like it has to go like dominoes, but like then you lay him down and
Yeah,
is it
because
like
you're
that?
well,
One
yes,
side has
because
to
you
go
want the
under one.
resistance. Because you've got like gravity. Look at me trying to do physics.
Yeah.
What am I doing right now? But I think it's because you have the gravity like countering
I would
itself.
see it, and in my head, I would put one piece up, one piece down. You know what I mean? One piece up, one piece down, and I would probably lose this game. But anyway, it's over under,
Over under.
over under.
My strategy would be to sit in the sand, say as many cuss words as possible as I fumbled with the strings trying to make knots and just
Oh, I got you on the
I
knots, girl. If
I
you can
would
tell me where to do the knots, I can. You
you
put
got
this
it.
poll together, I will do the knots. We got this.
Okay. All right.
Once again,
Because
Howard Howard duo.
not my strongest anything that requires patience really. Like I
That's fair.
start getting a little frustrated, especially if it's hot and there's sand touching me,
Oh, that's very true.
you know.
I can sometimes get in the zone, but
So like
anyway.
way to go, Simon. You got what it takes. So they
Yeah.
win high tea. I mean, don't you wish we had high tea? Why isn't that a part of our
Yes.
culture?
Scones with cream and
Thank you.
jam.
Yep.
Let's go.
I
I want
really
high
feel
tea.
like we need to bring high tea back into common
Mhm.
society in the US.
We do. I mean, I
Um,
would just it doesn't even have to be high tea. It could just be like middle tea. I would take that as well.
second breakfast. I mean, whatever.
Right.
Whatever.
11sies.
Yes, 11sies. Why not? So they
Absolutely.
get to have high tea, but here's the thing: there's a catch. Now, I need to know
This
that
is my favorite. I just have to say, this is my favorite challenge every year that Australia does.
yes,
I wish US did it. I love this
this
one.
is
I
so
love it
much
so
better.
much.
This was
They
so much better than the damn meatballs, though. Oh my god, that was so gross. This is so much better.
Yes,
But now,
yes, but I don't know how I like them having control of the bell.
okay, I love that. So what we've got is they had to draw straws to pick the order of who goes first and last and all that. And then they go over to the wall. They get to dig around in all the snackies and the drinks. Get
But
your
they're
hands
literally
out of
on
the
just the
iced
other
tea,
side
you
of the wall.
weirdos.
Like, everyone that's waiting can
They're just
hear
right
them.
there.
They're just right there.
Yeah,
That would drive me
everyone's doing the
crazy.
same thing. But then the person that's behind you gets to decide when your turn is up and
When you
ring the
done.
bell. So they can take your time, which Cameron experienced. But the other thing that's happening is this
Well,
all
to be
has to like
fair, Cameron was lucky to be there, so and they didn't like him.
yeah,
So,
he really didn't win. He just picked the and I'm sorry, you have a team that has Simon and Ben,
all
duh,
the beefcakes on it
duh.
against, like, yeah.
Tough work
Brooke
you
could
did there,
not
Cameron.
could not do everything for that other team. She
No.
just couldn't.
But as soon as I saw that rice timer, the very first thing that popped in my head is that damn popcorn machine when David had his special challenge win and he got to watch the video with his kids and he was all like, yeah, I'll see them in a few weeks, and
Yeah,
starts
yeah.
ripping open the popcorn machine because he knew there had to be something in there. And that's exactly what I saw when I saw that rice
Yep.
timer. I was like, oh, there's an idol in there for sure.
But I was like, I kept thinking, like, how are they going to be able to? Because it was in view of the people who were waiting. So, like, if you just went up to it and tried to take it, like, break it open and spill the rice, well, everyone's going to be upset with you because they're thinking that you're
Their time's up.
chipping.
Yep.
Yeah, you're taking them out of their chance. I mean, it's kind of like you want to
Plus,
be the last. Nobody
the
ever wants
short
to be the
straw was the
last.
win. Yeah.
Nobody ever wants to be the last in this because by the time you get in, everyone has tossed everything and they
Mhm.
found it, right? First one in gets the best chance. But in this situation, being last was best. And to be able to find a way to turn the strategy for this particular challenge upside down,
Yeah.
bravo. Bravo.
Really
Well
enjoyed
done.
it. I
Yeah,
also
I
like the
really liked it.
commentary from them was really fun,
Yeah.
when she's sitting
As
there
they're
with
sitting there, they're
Ben
like,
and they're like, "We're fine. We're totally okay. This is fine."
should we ring the bell? I think you should ring the bell.
It was good. I love
I mean,
challenges that are like this.
I wish they would have done something like they all just like, we're gonna count to 100 and then we're ringing the bell, okay? Then that person, because the constant like stress of being over there trying to eat, trying to look, and any second the bell's gonna ring.
Yes.
Ooh, I would need a Xanax after that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
So
just
I
I'm
yep,
just pretty certain that nobody really had to stick their hand into the iced tea. I just need to go back
right,
and repeat that. It's
right.
literally clear.
Why?
Like,
Right. Why are you doing that?
ugh,
Or just
ugh.
if you're gonna stick your hand in it, just dump it out.
Just dump it out. No one else wants to drink your hand water,
You're gross,
your dirty
like
hand water,
beachy,
sand-ridden
butt
hand.
scratching, butt water. Like no
I
one's
mean, they're all
drinking
walking
that.
around in like
Ugh,
those tiny little bikini briefs. You cannot tell me they're not constantly pulling them from cracks and then
absolutely.
sticking their crack hands right into the tea.
Ugh. And moving it around inside even because they were trying to see if there
Mm-mm.
was disgusting. No, thank
Not
you.
okay with that.
Don't drink the drink, guys.
Or don't eat the meatballs, don't drink the drink.
Oh
Basically,
yeah.
if there's any liquid involved at all, just steer clear of it. No
Mm.
sauces. Stay away from the sauces. But Kaylee is last, and it was kind of great because she got to sort of just mosey around the table at her leisure. And then her getting into that rice container, like balancing over it. Oh
She
my
could
God.
barely reach it.
Oh, that was
I
funny.
thought, but she never did. She didn't seem to like try to push it over or anything. Like I think I might have,
She just
but
climbed
maybe you
right up
couldn't.
that.
So do you think since she was last and she was sitting over there, do you think she was eyeballing that the whole time?
I bet she was. She's smart. I bet she was.
I wish we could ask her right now. Because I would just like to know, like she was like, yeah, I'm going last and I don't care how much time I have. I'm getting in there,
I'm
you
just
know?
gonna get that
Although
guy.
she did see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was more
Yep.
visible. And probably who went right before her?
Ben.
He probably could have seen it if he
Was
had
it Ben?
looked.
No, it was it
J-
Ben? No, it was Cameron
Jackson, Cameron?
because
No,
she rang the bell fast, didn't she?
I thought that was the person between her and Cameron. Maybe it was Cameron. Anyway, regardless, I know for the person before that it had to be starting to be a little poking out. No,
You
I don't
would
know.
think.
Anyway,
You would think, but I don't know. Doesn't matter because she got it.
she got it.
She gets the scroll. So off to the immunity challenge. You know, this was a weird episode because it was all like, boom, here's a challenge, and then now we're gonna flip it around and go right into another challenge. Because the high tea was enough social hour.
They have to run off all that sugar.
Gotta get rid of it. So this immunity challenge is a classic. It's the balance bow. And
Hate it.
it always looks terrible and
Hate it
infuriating.
because the standing super still. Oh, I would not be able to do that. But then to balance that, then you've got like the wind comes by, or like a fly lands on you, or something tickles you, like you're stuck. And they were up there for over an hour.
Long time. And
That's
it's
too
a
long.
really hard one to save. You know, it seems like once that ball starts to roll, it's almost always done. Like it's a really hard to save it.
And it's the holding your arms out like that.
Ah, the
Do you know what I
worst.
mean?
Just the worst.
While you're balancing on a beam. That's a hard one.
And you know what? For Brooke, it was just another day at the park. And she won
If I
immunity.
if I was somebody who didn't think like somebody in the mid, I might just go like go sit down. I might this is the one I might surrey a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I mean, really, because like, why would you sit there and torture yourself for that?
Like I look at that and go, there, I am not winning
There's
this.
no way. There's no way.
Zero chance.
I'm just gonna sit.
0% chance of winning this game.
No need to hurt my back today.
Right. I got tomorrow. I got to live to fight another day. So
I got this. Well, Caleb has decided that he's going to start his villain era. He's tired of not winning. So he goes and tells Mark that, hey man, Ben is gunning for you. He's coming for you. He's writing your name down today. Then he goes to Ben and says, hey buddy, Mark's coming after you. You're getting written down like you're going home today. That's what he's doing. He's getting the numbers.
Yeah, he is. He's creating the sides that he needs, right?
Yes, dividing them up. you know, is
Yeah.
weighing them both out.
He's
And
like,
while
"Oh, you guys thought getting rid of Blanche would weaken me and drive me to Mark, or and also you thought getting rid of me would weaken Mark. So how about I just start splitting you guys up a little bit, you know?"
start
Oh,
stretching, doing a
the
little
apprentice becomes the
stretching.
master.
And while all of this is happening, Mark and the returnees, plus Keeley, are starting to think that voting out Ben or Jackson is the right choice. But you know what? Maybe Caleb should be allowed to decide this one. Well, you think, guys?
Yeah,
So
like
they bring
seriously.
Caleb in and they say, hey, whoever you want, who do you think should go? Now,
Do you want this person or that person?
Caleb may not be a genius, but he is certainly smart enough to recognize that this is some pandering bullshit.
Well, but he does say
But he's
Jackson
kind of like,
only
okay,
because
all
Jackson
right.
doesn't yeah, Jackson doesn't
And
like me.
I do think he
So
was a little bit surprised by it, but he's smart enough to know they were like, oh, word on the street is you're
I
getting a little
am
miffed.
I am so glad he did not buy into this, that he kinda
Mhm.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and
Because he could
here's
have been like, "Fool me again, okay."
I think that it could have happened. I think it was close to happening. I think he wanted to convince himself, well, they're finally letting me in and I'm making a call. And he says Jackson. But then Mark,
Too little, too
being
late.
Mark decides,
Yeah,
oh,
you're
I'm going
probably
to
right.
drag you into the jungle and then I'm going to tell you who I think it should be.
Are
Mark.
you well, no,
Mark.
I'm gonna try and plant that seed of doubt. Are you sure
Mm-hmm.
you wanna go
You
after
sure?
Ben?
I mean, I'm thinking Ben might
Or
be
after
the
Jackson? I
better
think Ben
the
might be better. Yeah.
I mean, I think he might be more dangerous. Don't you think he's more dangerous,
Right.
Caleb?
And then Caleb
Or
agrees, and he just thinks he's done the best persuade. No, he just was like, okay. Yeah,
yep.
I got it. I see you."
I
Right?
I'm very interested in hearing from Caleb because to me it read like that was the moment he said, "I'm cutting
Yeah.
Mark. It's
Or
done."
if he was because he had said, "I'm sitting in a great spot, I get to decide," right? I can
Yep.
just decide which one. And I that might have been where he was like, "I haven't made up my mind," but that might have been the thing to go,
Yep.
okay.
Yep. There it is. All right. I
Because
tried.
it starts at some point it gets insulting, doesn't it?
Yes, and he did and he watches it he's been watching it happen with everybody who Mark's working with, not just
Yeah.
himself. He watches Mark dictate the moves, which is great for Mark's game, but if you're sitting there and you're watching it and then you don't get included and you don't get taken seriously, it doesn't matter if that person says they're on your side or not. Like, if you ever worked with somebody who is like acts like they get along with you, but then they do this kind of thing, you're like, "Oh my god, I hate this person."
You know what? I can 100% verify that is a true thing. Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Caleb was
Yep.
living it.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
exactly what he was
And
going
it was
through.
like this older guy who's a little bit more posh than him, and
Mhm.
I'm sure it was just really starting to rub him the
Smooth
wrong
talker, a
way.
little more trusted because of his
Yeah.
age and his
Yeah,
job,
like,
and
"Oh, dude, you're like my dad. He doesn't respect me either. I'll
I've been
show
here
you."
before, Caleb. I'm Mark. I've played this game before.
Ugh,
You know? See? It's tough. It's a
yeah.
tough spot for a young man to be in,
But
and,
but here's the thing, if it had been Ben, I'd have been okay with that too because Ben
yeah.
lost his flippin'
Yeah, he did. As soon as he got that American accent, I'm telling you, he went, like, gung ho, and he was
I
all,
mean, he
like,
was over
power
there
tripping.
doing matrix moves and, like and I'm
He's
like,
been like
Ben,
so
what?"
chill, right? Like he's been it seems like he's been chill. And
Or
then
that's what we got
suddenly,
because the editors were like, "Ha, you guys think we're giving you
just you
safe
wait.
Ben now. Just you wait. You're gonna see it when we want you to see it."
Yeah,
Man.
it was a little bit.
So honestly, at that point, if it had been him, I would have been like, "You know what? That's what you get, dude." Too.
Yeah, I
So,
mean,
but
Caleb, I think he wanted a little bit of agency and trust from Mark, and Mark wasn't
yeah,
willing to give it to him.
no.
And at Tribal, Mark says, "Hey guys, and vote with your gut, but be bold and pragmatic." And Caleb says, that's
Okay.
when he says, "Tonight the truth comes out
Hold
of the
my,
votes, not the mouth."
my
And
beer.
hold my beer, buddy. And the
Yeah.
votes tell Mark that he's the first member of jury, but he is met with a round of applause.
Oh yeah.
which I
Absolutely.
loved. I really
Yeah,
loved
I
that.
did too. I loved it for him because, he probably won't play this game again, you know?
Yeah,
Likely
probably
this is
not.
second
I mean,
time. I mean,
we keep
he
saying
could.
that, but then we've got
Well,
people
I
that have
don't
played it like 5 times. So, like, maybe
yes, but
down the
not
road.
that Australia's not at that point yet. Maybe he will play again, maybe not.
Well,
Um,
I bet
but
he
I
plays one more time. I bet
but
you he
I
does.
feel like Caleb, if he realized that Mark didn't see him as a true ally or asset to actually play with, he was trying to play him versus play with him.
Yes.
Um, Caleb looks at that other side, and I don't think he's afraid of them. He's not really afraid
No.
of Ben and Jackson,
I'm
or
kind of
like
like,
he's kind of clever a little bit,
yeah.
you
And
know?
okay, I do not want him taking out Brooke, but
I don't either.
also I'm really kind of like rooting for him to just start knocking people out left and right. I want to see him get a little bit of like momentum in this now that I mean,
I don't want him to take out either of the returning
I don't want
players.
Keeley. I don't want him to take Brooke, Simon, or Keeley out.
Yeah,
Anybody else can go at this point.
I would like him to actually take Mark's place in that
Wouldn't that be great?
that foursome. That'd be pretty great. They could make a forward to the end sort of situation.
I wonder if Jackson might not be his next target since they both kind of had the like shit talk
Well,
thing
and I'm
happening with
sad
each
with
other.
Jackson too because him and Simon were so tight before the merge, and
Mm-hmm.
like I get that they're trying to do a big move, but they were called out exactly. Brooke said it. You can't have a big move be
Nope.
the move of the majority of the tribe. That
Nope.
is not a big move. That is
Nope.
not for your
That's a group
resume.
decision.
That's a group decision, and that's not a big move. A big move is when you yourself have created that move and seen it through. But
And
they don't seem
others
to
can
understand.
confirm that it was your move.
Right.
That's a big thing. A
Right.
lot of people think they
So
all think it's their move, and that
so
doesn't
they're
sell a jury.
and what I loved about that, her saying that, was because the returners were saying that the newbies were getting a little too wanting to make a big move against one of them, which
Yes.
they were, which
Yes.
they were. And by saying that, they kind of took it away. It couldn't be a group move. Caleb made it his move
I think so. I think the
because
viewers, I
of,
think we all see the same thing. I hope
well,
that
I
if he
think that
gets
was
a
at
chance
tribal
to
too, because Mark looks at him and is like, he said
mhm,
to Mark, "I'm sorry, man."
yep.
Nobody else was telling Mark sorry. Nobody else backstabbed Mark. Nobody else was the swing vote. That was his move.
Yeah.
And I
I think
think
it
and
was
I
too.
think and I think that Mark being on jury is he's gonna let everybody know that was Caleb's move. That was
I
Caleb's
agree.
move.
I don't think
Because
that
we
Mark
were
would
voting
hold
Ben
yeah.
out. I'm sorry you guys were not in
Mhm.
control. He turned on us. He turned on me, and therefore this is Caleb's move. So
Yeah.
well
Right
done.
when I
Bravo,
was
Caleb.
starting to trust him.
So quite an arc for him, right? From being
Yes.
left out
Yes.
of the first episode this week, and then this redemption kind of for him.
Yeah,
Um,
he got to have some redemption. It was good.
whatever whatever happens for Caleb here on out, he can be proud of this. He can be proud of
Yes.
this.
Good job, Caleb. It was well done.
Mhm.
So, do you think that I mean, do you think that he's gonna be safe going forward? I mean, does he have a safe place to nestle in? You think he's gonna be with the returnees maybe?
Well, see, I don't think so because I think they're gonna. If he does, if some of them go with him, it'll fracture because I don't think that
I
Jackson
know
will want to work
Keely's
with
not gonna
Caleb.
have loved that. Yeah.
Right. Jackson's not going to want to work with Caleb. And if Ben and Jackson are together, they're not, you know what I mean? I just don't see how he can go and be
I mean,
their new de facto leader.
it's split so close to even.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
it's a
If
there's
in,
Kaylee got a couple votes, but
right.
that this because it's the first time they were like, here's an idea. Let's not dump all of them on
Yeah.
one person.
They're voting all going to vote. They're not splitting the vote. Nope. Oh my
No,
God.
all on one. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm interested to see what he
I
can
think
work
he's
out.
got Blanche, right?
I think he has Blanche. Yeah. He's good with Blanche. He's got all of those
Mm,
guys now. He just took out Mark. I
Sally,
mean,
maybe
honestly,
Sally. I don't think he'll have Ben and well, maybe.
I don't know
I don't
about
know.
Ben.
I think they're gonna be
I don't
ticked
think
off
he'll
that
have
he
Ben
took
and Jackson.
yeah, I think they'll be too ticked off that he stole their thunder.
Yeah. But maybe Keely
He
will
stole
see
their
this as an
thunder.
opportunity to grab him. This is what she's done in the past,
It
you
would
know.
be the
So
safest bet for them because he is so kind of smart and wily. Wily. That's a good name for him. That's a good adjective for him.
it really is
Um,
actually.
so if they were able to pull him in so that they could at least like not control him because you're not going to control it. That's how you make him turn on you. But kind of like keep your enemies close kind of thing.
Mhm.
Maybe they can kind of suss him out.
I hope he finds a place at least where it gives him another good another 2-3 episodes
Yeah.
to sink his teeth into the game now that he might actually get a chance to play it a little bit. So, well, you guys can let us know what you think. Were you a fan of this move? None of us are that happy to see Mark go. He is a fan favorite,
No,
but can
he
you
was really
appreciate
good
his way
TV.
out? I mean, I think he had an honorable.
Sure.
Uh,
And he had quite a lot of good moves this entire season. He's made a lot of
mhm,
good moves. So again,
definitely.
nothing for him to be upset about or embarrassed about because I really didn't think he'd make it this far.
I didn't either. I
So
felt like
good
he
for
was going to
him.
be the biggest target right out the gate. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
People get
I'm.
scared of people who are smarter than them
I
or
do.
perceived to be smarter. See,
Yes.
it's not even, you know what I mean? It's the perception again.
That darn
So
perception is always
good for
making
him.
decisions for people.
He's
So
gonna go
you
get to
can,
eat and shower and feel good and give them
yeah,
the
you can
eye
go
and scrutinize them and judge
eat
them and jury.
vegetarian food if you want. And
Yeah.
because I bet you wouldn't leave. I bet you don't leave your villa because they don't have the vegetarian food you want, Mr. White.
No, I do not. Absolutely not. Oh, you're cooking for me? Thank you. I'm very hungry.
Exactly.
And I probably need to have some extra protein now because I've been out here starving myself. So you got to
Yeah,
replenish.
got to replenish.
Oh,
All right, guys. Well, if you would like, you can send us feedback to tallythefeedback@yahoo.com. You can also find us in all of the socials and wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts at Jay and Jack's Whole Enchilada Feed. And we would like to thank the patrons of Jay and Jack who contribute at a certain level, and they are Eckhart Rickner, Joanne with a Plan, and Ed the Poopy Head Mailman. If you would like to become a Patreon and get all of the extras from Tally the Votes, the broadcast, Survivor with JJC, the Ramblecast, and more, then scoot your booty to patreon.com/Jay and Jack. All right, Christy, I have 2 questions for you before we sign off. One,
all right. All right.
who had the best week in this week of AU Survivor?
Story, Caleb, right?
I can't disagree. I feel
Like
like he
just from
definitely had the
like
best
a whole
arc.
arc. Yeah. This
I
was
do
his week.
think I do think that
He's in trouble though. He will be, I think, but
I
we'll
do
see.
think Keely also had a really good week.
Well, she
We've
was
seen her
able to step
cement in.
forward, right?
Yeah,
She's been able to step forward. That light's hitting her now where
she's
she's
got
getting some
safety.
confessionals.
She's got the fake
Sh-
idol too.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
hope that she gets to lay some of those
You're
flares
liking
out.
her. You like to slide her in, take over for Lottie for you.
Yeah, yeah, I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Because you're down to just only
I just got
having
Brookie left,
Brooke.
who was my
And
winner's pick, but
if
that's how
she
I got
wins,
left.
we all win.
Yes,
So
we do.
yeah.
And you have
Anyway.
what, 2 of yours left?
I
2
have
winners
Brooke and
and
Simon.
Simon.
And
Ooh,
I just hope
tough.
they continue. I hope they continue to like monopolize the immunity challenge and kind of like keep each other
Me too.
safe. That was the other thing that I was thinking Mark would be if you're going to break them up and you're the newbies. Mark was a better choice to send first because if you have if you want to take one of the other 2 out, you have to have the other one to beat him in the challenge so you can take him out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, like, how much of a win would it be for us, the viewer, that if the final 3 was Simon and Brooke and maybe like Keely? You know,
I think it'd be
somebody
fantastic, honestly.
like that endurance challenge at the end that Brooke would probably win, but damn if Simon would not give her a run for her money, you
Oh,
know?
absolutely. It would be
Or
one of those.
Maybe Simon and Brooke and Caleb. Who knows?
Yeah. The kid kind of does have heart. I'll
Yeah,
say.
you got to root for the underdog, right?
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
help it. It's just the way we're made.
And I had an inkling he was going to have something in the tank for this game. So I'm glad that's happening.
All right. Now, question
Yeah.
number 2. Who do you
All
think
right.
is going to be our second jury member?
Ooh. Well, I hope it's not one of our return players.
I know. I don't want him to start falling like dominoes.
It might not be looking great for Ben.
I kind of think that's the same thing I would.
Because they did really see how he got a little, like, they were all saying it. He was a different person. He was a different person. So I don't think by the time we speak next week, Ben will still be in the game.
Especially if Ben and Jackson walk around like they're the ones who got Mark out, because Caleb's going to be like, oh
no. Did ya? Oh, watch.
Okay, it might be worth it.
Watch this. So that'd be kind of good. Maybe they'll both be gone next week.
Yeah, maybe. Get them out of there if they're going to be that way. Well, we're going to have to
But
see.
if the two of them go, the immunity challenges, like, forget about it, right? Who's going to do it?
It's all Brooke. It's all Brookie.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's why we picked her.
Oh, I like this game.
That's why we picked
the
her.
season is like, it's just ramping up. It
always does. We hit merge and then we just have to just buckle up and
kick it into 5th gear, and now we are rolling.
We are rolling.
It's good times.
We are going to be here next week, Thursday. So you can check in and see if we're gloating or we're hanging our heads in shame. Or, I mean, if you've written us an email, it really could be either of those things, because we'll read it for good or for better or for worse. We'll read it.
But you already gave the email, right?
Oh, there it is again. There it is if you need
Just in case.
Christy's like, I have control of the buttons today.
I really don't, because David's not here. I have to do it. So I can barely see, because I use an iPad, so I can barely see.
Just guessing. Anything could pop up. You don't know. You don't know.
I mean,
what
it could be. It could be anything. We don't know.
Hey,
we don't know.
Gotta pivot.
Anyway.
Well, guys, I hope that you're going to be here next week too. And if you haven't done so, please take a quick second to hit like and subscribe. And then we can alert you for our next week's episode. But until then, get out of here. Bye.
Oh, wait. I have to play a song now.
Push that button. Push that button.
I am nowhere near where that is. Sorry. Love you guys. We're ending it. No song. Sorry. No idea where